Hello, thank you for this opportunity. I'm going to discuss the primary advantages and disadvantages of using dynamic arrays compared to traditional static arrays. What is an advantage of dynamic arrays? The single biggest advantage of a dynamic array is its flexibility. A dynamic array, like a list T in C#, can automatically grow or shrink its size at runtime. This is incredibly powerful because it means, as a developer, you don't need to know exactly how many elements you are going to store ahead of time. For example, if you are reading data from a file or collecting user input, you can simply keep adding items to the dynamic array without worrying about it overflowing. The data structure handles the complexity of memory management for you. This contrasts sharply with a static array, where you must define its size at the moment you create it. If you run out of space, you have to manually create a new, larger array and copy every element from the old one to the new one. So, the key advantage is convenience and the ability to adapt with changing data requirements, which simplifies the code and prevents common errors. What is a disadvantage of dynamic arrays? The main disadvantage of a dynamic array relates directly to the resizing process I just mentioned, and it comes down to performance and memory overhead. First, performance. While automatic resizing is convenient, it isn't free. When a dynamic array runs out of its internal capacity and you add a new element, it has to perform a costly operation in the background. It allocates a completely new, larger block of memory, often doubling the current capacity, copies every single element from the old location to the new one, and then frees the old memory. This copy operation takes time and can cause a noticeable pause or hiccup in an application performance. For most applications, this is acceptable, but in performance critical scenarios like game development or real-time systems, this unpredictability can be a significant issue. Second, memory. To avoid resizing too often, dynamic arrays usually allocate more memory than they are currently using. The actual size of the underlying array is called its capacity, while the number of items you're stored is called count. This means you might have a dynamic array with a capacity of 1000 elements but are only storing 501. That extra space for 499 elements is reserved and wasted until it's needed. In memory-constrained environments, this overhead can be a disadvantage compared to a static array, which only uses the exact amount of memory it was declared with it. In summary, the choice is a trade-off. Dynamic arrays offer flexibility at the cost of potential performance hits and memory overhead, while static arrays provide maximum performance and memory efficiency but require you to know the data size in advance. So, thank you.